and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Hallie Kilberg
and Miranda Peters. The Marquette in Motion team is thrilled that you're joining us on this mid-October day.
And just like Anne of Green Gables, we too are so glad we live in a world where there are Octobers, as the month is abuzz with activity.
Hallie and I are here to share the happenings. We'll tell you all about Marquette's observance of Bullying Prevention Month.
We'll hear about the PSAT test that some of Marquette's juniors are taking.
We'll share some information about Respect Life Month and how Marquette students are getting involved.
And we'll tell you all about Marquette's annual Fall Blood Drive.
Then we'll keep driving forward as Justina will be here in segment 2 discussing the junior high Halloween party.
I hear those junior high Halloween parties can be pretty scary, but it's also pretty scary how fast our sports seasons are flying by. Jeb and Garrett will be here with the updates on that.
In segment 3, Hallie and I will be interviewing Mrs. Jessica Meeninger.
And then, to close the show, Macy and Amy will be here looking ahead to next week's events.
Now, as you look ahead, at and around the school, you can find many posters highlighting anti-bullying. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and Marquette will be participating throughout the month of October in the commemoration of the cause.
This past Monday, Marquette stood together against bullying as the entire student body was encouraged to wear blue shirts to signify its conviction to stomp out bullying.
Students also signed a large banner reading "I Choose Respect," which was then hung up in the front of the school, and to honor the day, students also were offered blue Tootsie Rolls.
There will be other activities throughout the month of October in observance of Bullying Prevention Month. There will be a day in which, as a sign of unity, students will be encouraged to wear orange shirts.
Throughout the month, National Honor Society members will also be writing messages on sticky notes for every student in the middle school and high school and placing these notes in students' lockers.
And because bullying sadly impacts so many children and teens across the country, various statistics relating to bullying will also be read over the intercom throughout the month of October. The month will also conclude with a Team Building Unity Day.
Bullying prevention isn't the sole focus of this month of October, however. Marquette also is observing Respect Life Month. The Respect Life theme this year is Every Life, Cherished, Chosen, Sent.
This not only encapsulates how precious each life is from conception to natural death, but also reminds each of us that we are called to greatness and are sent to be Christ for the world.
Each week during this month, the high school students will go over to church for a portion of the afternoon to pray the rosary for the safety and health of the unborn. Each time, the rosary is being led by the students.
Through the rosary, the high school student body and teachers are able to come together to pray for a change so that a culture of life may exist.
Some of Marquette's junior students also came together in Ms. Schmidt's office this past Wednesday to take the PSAT.
The PSAT, which stands for the Preliminary SAT, is also known as the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, and it's offered to juniors in high school. The PSAT is closely connected to the SAT, except that there is no science or essay writing, just reading, English, and math.
And if students score well enough, they are eligible for a very large scholarship towards their college education.
Speaking of large, next week, students, teachers, and community members will have the opportunity to make a very large difference in people's lives through the donation of blood.
The blood drive, which is open to the public as well as students and faculty and staff at Marquette, will take place on October 17th in the Parish Center.
This event is hosted by Marquette's Student Council in the fall and the Marquette National Honor Society in the spring.
So, if you're in Bellevue on October 17th from 12 to 6, consider giving the gift of life.
And we also hope you'll consider joining us for the upcoming segments of today's show.
Don't go away. We'll be back with more Marquette in Motion after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. One of the big events that junior high students look forward to every year is the Halloween party, sponsored by Marquette's extremely active PTO. Here now is Justina Dellinger to tell us more about this upcoming event.
On Friday, October 19th, Marquette's junior high will be partaking in their annual Halloween party. The spooky fun begins at 7 and lasts until 9. The last 3 or 4 years, the party had been held at the barn north of Bellevue. This year, however, the festivities will be held at school. Partygoers can expect pizza from the bowling alley, pop and a bunch of treats, games such as guessing the candies and guessing what's in the box, music by Marquette's own Mr. Chris Meeninger, and, possibly the most fun, costume contests for group, most creative, and most original. We asked a few of the junior high students if they could give us a little preview of their costumes. Here's what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Kaylin Scripseth, and for the Halloween dance, I'm going to be Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Hi, my name is Cameron Templeton from 6th grade, and I'm going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player.
My name is Mallory Griffin, and I'm going to be Annabeth Chase from the Percy Jackson series.
Hi, I'm Elise Kilberg, and for my Halloween costume this year, I'm going to be one of the little green army figurines. I made my costume. I got my stuff from Goodwill, and then I spray painted it all green, and I got a foam board for the bottom and spray painted it green.
Thanks, kids, and thanks, PTO, for sponsoring this spooktacular event. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger.
Thanks, Justina. Here now are Jeb and Garrett to fill us in on some happenings from earlier in the week.
Thanks, girls. Volleyball started off the week with a home game against Easton Valley. This was senior night for both volleyball and the cross-country teams.
The varsity girls came out ready to fight, taking home the nail-biting victory in the fifth match with a final score of 11-15.
In swimming news, junior Tori Mickle has spent the past week mostly in preparation for many important meets that will take place this upcoming week, including the Mississippi Valley Conference Championships, which are taking place today, as well as the Dubuque City meet, which will take place next Tuesday, October 16th.
Turning to cross-country, the conference cross-country meet scheduled for Thursday has been postponed to today and will start at 12:30 in Starmont this afternoon.
The conference volleyball tournament was also this past Thursday, October 11th. However, all these results, along with the cross-country conference results and Tori swimming results, will be in next week's edition. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Jeb Schwager
And Garrett Krieg
with your Marquette Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Marquette in Motion right after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Luke couldn't be here with us today, so we are here interviewing Mrs. Jessica Meetinger.
Hi, Miss Meetinger.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your new role here at Marquette?
Yeah, I have been at Marquette for the past 12 years, and I started teaching 4th grade. I moved up with a big class to 5th grade for a year, and then I taught 3rd grade for the past 10 years. Made a big switch this past year as I am now the 4-year-old preschool teacher here at Marquette Catholic. And it's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm definitely learning a lot of new things about myself and about children in general. So it's been fun.
How has the transition from 3rd grade to preschool been going?
It's been really good. I'd say the biggest change is probably the number of shoes I'm tying each day. In 3rd grade, I didn't have to tie too many shoes, and now I'm tying, a lot of shoes every day. But the transition's been good. When I graduated from Mount Mercy, early childhood was really my focus, and so it's been just a lot of fun going back and trying to relearn some of the things that I did many, many years ago.
So how big is your class this year?
Okay. Well, I'm teaching 2 sessions. So the morning session has 20 kids, and there's one aide with me, Jill and Mrs. Nolting, and she does a great job. And then the afternoon session, there are 9 kids, and I'm in there with them by myself.
What's the best thing about being the 4-year-old preschool teacher?
Oh, man. I think the best things about it really would have to be, the kids are so excited at that age to be at school, to come in, to see their friends, to learn new things. So just the excitement, I think, that the kids have, and it really makes my job easier. And then also the other thing I was thinking about that was just the progress that the kids make. We've got one quarter in so far, and they have made so much progress in the little things like writing their name and things like that. And so just sharing in their excitement and their family's excitements is probably one of the best things.
So this week we had conferences. What do you like to share with parents when they come to conferences?
Oh, good question. My favorite thing to start with is obviously strengths of the kid, letting them know some of the things that I recognize about them and that I see, such great things about them. I always like to share how they're doing in the different skills that we've been working on. It's always nice to be able to take away something that they can work on at home with the children as well. So those are kind of some of the things that I like to share.
Thanks for being here with us today, Mrs. Meetinger.
And now we have Macy and Amy looking ahead.
On Monday the 15th, there is a high school fall music concert in the Father Cruzy Parish Center starting at 7.
On Tuesday, there is a girls' regional volleyball game at home starting at 7.
Wednesday, Student Council is having a blood drive in the Father Cruzy Parish Center, and this is taking place from 12:30 to 6:30, and this is open to the public.
On Thursday, the cross-country team will be competing in the state qualifying meet.
And on Friday, the junior high is having a Halloween dance from 7 to 9 at the school.
For Looking Ahead, this has been Macy Kramer
and Amy Sieverding
for Marquette in Motion.
Thanks, girls.
And thank you for joining us for today's edition of Marquette in Motion.
We think Anne of Green Gables was onto something for her love of October. Until next week, this has been Miranda Peters
and Hallie Kilberg.
And remember, stay informed,
stay involved,
stay
in motion.